Michelle Schaefer here, and in this video I'm going to answer one of the questions that has come in during the Ultimate Blog Challenge, which is how can I make my tweets easy for other people to retweet and encourage them to retweet them. So I'm going to show you what I do that makes it easier to retweet my posts. Starting at my most recent blog post here, I'll show you how you would normally tweet it. Might be copy the subject, go over to Twitter, going to put something like new blog post, your subject line, right? And then you're going to put the URL in there. Okay, and then I would add blog boost and hit tweet. Seems like that would work. No problem, right? Well, when someone else goes to retweet this, they're going to end up with a problem because they've got to add retweet at, and then everything you put in there, or in this case that I put in, and it's 2 characters too long. So at this point, someone has to decide, are they going to edit what I wrote? How are they going to retweet this? Are they going to remove the hashtag? Are they going to edit up here? And some people will do that for you. If they really want to retweet your post, they might take time to edit it. But the easier thing to do would be make it short enough so that they can easily retweet it without having to stop and figure out how to shorten it. A couple of tricks for that are, first of all, you need to know how many characters that your tweet can be. I know that my tweet can't be 140 characters if I want people to retweet it, even though that's the Twitter limit, because they've got to add retweet at my username. You need to count how many characters are in your username and add 5. That's for RT space at your username and then a space afterwards. So your user ID plus 5 more characters, and then subtract that from 140. That's how many characters your tweets can be if you want someone else to retweet them. So I know that, for example, mine is 12 characters long, my Twitter ID. So I have to leave at least 17 extra spaces. So 140 minus 17, it's too early in the morning for math. 140 minus 17 is 123. My actual limit on Twitter is 123 characters. I know that if I stay under that, someone else can retweet my post. So a couple of things you can do to make that easier. Number one, don't include anything extra in your tweet. You don't have to include new blog post. If your title is short, it may fit in there fine. Just keep in mind what your Twitter limit is, but keep it short if you can. The other thing is, this URL is really long, and that's what's using up most of the space. To fix that, you can go somewhere like tiny URL, paste in your long URL, and it will give you a tiny one. So you would just copy that and use that instead. And as you can see now, this would be easy for somebody to retweet. They could even add a comment like, great post, okay? I'm not going to actually tweet that. That would look silly. But that's one reason you want to use a smaller link, is that not only does it make your tweet smaller, but you leave room then for someone else to share their thoughts on your post. Okay? Now there's another way to do that, to get a shorter link, which is to use the Tweet Me retweet button. When someone clicks this to tweet your post, the link is already shortened. So it's nice and easy, and you can use this yourself. Just remove the retweet at you part, and there's your post. And you can add blog boost to the end of it and click tweet if you want to. And that already shortens it for you. The other thing you can do, I'm going to copy my URL again. If you use Hootsuite, is you would put your blog post title in here, simple summer marketing ideas. That was my last post, and then put your URL in that box, and there's a short URL for you to use. Ready to go. And you just click your profile you want to tweet with and tweet that link. So that makes it easier for someone to retweet you if you use a shortened link. Okay? Another tip you can use is abbreviate. If you have a blog post that has a long title, let me find, okay, here's one I did that's got a fairly long title on it. You can shorten it. So instead of me using this entire title, I could shorten it to just tips to help you complete a blog challenge. I could take this part out here. I could shorten it like change you to you. You want to change to the word to the number. Okay, you don't have to be grammatically correct on Twitter. So those are two tips to help you get your tweets retweeted. Keep them short.